Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to the Kickball Show. I'm your next partner, and
This is Sexy Geek from the Jedi Academy. And welcome to the Geek Boys.
give me a second, guys. I'm going to also invite you. Is everybody connected? Okay, so just give me a second. That's very good.
Yo, yo, yo. Is that
I
better?
can barely hear you. There's a lot of interruption.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes, that's better.
It was my speaker setting.
All right, that's it. Well, anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Grab your snacks and get ready to roll because today we have a special show for you guys. And we're kicking the month with Pride Month. So um, during this month, we're gonna have topics that deal with um, the subject.
Yeah.
So um, what is our topic for today? Skip?
It's going to be the whole aspect of connections between the LGBT community and certain movies and shows. Uh, Different characters that are pride characters. That are pride characters.
I had the earphones. That's why.
Oh, okay. And today
Today,
we're going to talk about Chucky and why there's pride connection. Start it off, Leon.
All right. So as you all know, most of you were uh, Chucky fans might have not know this, but um, director, writer, screenplayer, and the maker of Chucky opened up, uh, and that was during um, uh, I believe it was set of Chucky,
Hmm.
and the reason he didn't open up about himself until actually the TV Chucky series. However, some of you might have known he was um, he was not great. Uh, he did show it in one of the characters, and that was Glenn.
Yeah.
Um, Glenn is basically Chucky's son or daughter. There was no really saying of who Glenn really was because there was the whole thing about him probably being a girl or probably being a guy.
Yeah.
And there's a big confusion between Chucky and um, and um, Jennifer, because one thinks he's a boy, and the other one thought it was a girl. And by the time they figured that out, uh, you can really tell. What do you think? Um,
Um, yeah, it does happen with a character that is what, in some cases, asexual before the true sex is discovered.
sometimes it's hard to actually cope with the situation, and there are many examples as to why most people that have these um, they find it hard for them to open up because of all the criticism that's been bashed at them.
Yeah.
One of our favorite Power Rangers was really um, a, let's say a victim of this mistreatment because
Hey,
hey,
per German. Hey, German.
hey German, what's up? Hey Kurt. So hey, thanks for the following. So yeah, it is hard. I mean, he got bashed up, and everybody was making fun of him. So he decided to leave Power Rangers, but he was the one that stayed there for the longest time. Believe it or not.
Hey, Cora.
Hey, Cora.
He,
So
yeah, from what I read earlier today, he actually stayed within of the whole the whole the whole Power Ranger thing as more of a tech advisor for all the Power Rangers.
That's okay, Cora. Don't worry about it. We're glad you're here. So I mean, yeah, he did stay all the way to till CO, which was the final show he did because of all the whole criticism that he got.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have other singers. I mean, there was one singer that I really like. That couple singers. And believe me, when you face those criticisms, like they're saying, "Oh, you're gay because you're," it does make you feel bad because you're just like anybody else.
Yeah.
It's what it is, and people don't want to accept that.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I mean, I know a lot of famous singers. Hey, there's Elton John, Juan Gabriel, one of the other guys, the Mexican guys that came out was Jurem. I mean, a lot of people's coming up nowadays, and you know, and to all the Chucky fans, you guys are gonna be kind of shocked at this one, but yes, even Don Mancini, the director. And one of the things, because I heard on an interview, he said he doesn't care what people said. He's gonna move on forward, and regardless of whatever people said about the show, he did wanted to have that same on the show. So that's why he decided to bring back Glenn. But also, if you've seen Chucky, that TV series, thanks, Cora, for the uh,
The 10 bits.
the bits. He did mention that, and thanks for the following on one. He did say it. He'll move forward, and that's why he made the main character being gay, and the other and one other character. So I mean, he even said it. If you guys, he doesn't care if where there's criticisms, he would move forward with it,
Yeah.
and that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Uh, for instance, if you've seen the first episode, it's gonna be a spoiler, but I'm sure most of you had gone to season two. So I mean, or ended up with with the end of season two. But in the beginning episode, how we found out the main character was in fact gay. His passion for dolls. He would get a doll. He would get dolls. Buy dolls, get them wherever he was able to, and he was putting up a something together with doll pieces, and you know, so you can tell he already from the get go. Um, if you see the sculpture, he even mentioned it. He was building a sculpture with pieces of dolls, and that's why his dad was really mad at him
Yeah.
because what he was doing, and he still hoped he could be more like his cousin.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
So,
But to get back to our level Billy, the Power Rangers, he actually opened up more about his LGBT journey in the reunion special.
you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Not verbally, but you could see
No, yeah,
the
yeah,
character.
in parts.
But when Disney, during the time that Disney got the rights from Saban for the Power Rangers, that was during the time frame when it was okay to have pride characters, especially because Disney has been for quite a while now a big, huge supporter of the LGBT.
There is a lot of people supporting, but then you have the other people saying, "Hey, this is not right.
Hmm.
They shouldn't even exist." You get that all the time.
Yeah, I I get that reaction and those looks like I should not go the direction I'm going or being who I am.
Like I said, you're who you are. And a teacher of mine made it a statement. You are what you eat, so it applies with you. You are what you are, and that's the bottom line.
One thing,
No, nobody's gonna change the way you are just because you're different and they think you're the worst
true.
living thing on earth.
Yeah, it's sexuality does not mean who you love or any of that. It's who you really are in the mind and in the heart. That determines your sexuality.
Okay, so yeah, many of us, and I'm gonna include me in a sense, but a lot of us really like to experiment when we're young, and I'm saying a lot of us do that. A lot of you and everybody else have experimented that at a time. So once you really identify with that, then that's when you start building up.
Yeah. Um, I didn't really express, you say, the whole experimenting not until high school on figuring out what sexuality I truly am was not until high school. And it just kept growing and getting stronger and stronger within the years.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad just to see another human being telling you, "Oh, you shouldn't even be around."
Yeah. Or being thrown hurtful jokes or hurtful nicknames.
But I think most people goes back. Most people had to go back into the Bible days, and I know it's we have a special channel, but I want to make this a point. Um, I want to make this a point, Geek.
Yeah.
So I know there's a channel for it, but I'm gonna get out of right now because it is important for people to understand this. A lot of people go back into the Bible days and looked at what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. Fine. Or what happened to what was the other incident?
Oh. Mm, I don't remember.
But you're talking about old times. I mean, nowadays,
I
does that really does that really have to affect you nowadays? It's like if you go back into the whole Christian Inquisition, they look at you like, oh, you're a Christian, and back then you know what they used to do
yeah.
in the name of God.
Yeah.
So if you think they're gonna still say that,
Yeah.
so I mean, sorry if I went off. I just have to make that point.
No, no,
I
no, no,
know
no.
that we there's a dedicated channel, but
I know.
there's a point. Was a point to make.
I'm for the whole idea that someone can be born gay.
Um,
There has been scientific proof that some people are born with being gay because they have a higher amount of estrogen that they were born with.
well, I know there's a little science to it because you're born with both. You're born with both male and female chromosomes, so that's a thing. There are cases where one could be born with his male and could, for some odd reason, born with with more female chromosomes than the male. You know, anything goes. It's
Yeah,
not a definite thing.
yeah. There are women that end up going lesbian because of sexual abuse, like being molested by men, and to the point where they don't feel sexually comfortable with men at all.
You know, here's the thing, and we have talked about this of and one of the things I have mentioned to you is that um um geez, I forget, but I have told you it's on the person. It's not really.
Mm-mm.
There are people that yeah they have these other things like I knew a person really good friend. He believed he was a woman trapped in a man's body.
Yeah,
So I mean, you run into those situations, and somehow they could probably throw that at the transgender for some reason.
Yeah, but there are people like me that develop gender dysphoria because of that chromosome issue, where they had more of the female chromosome than the male chromosome, but there was still enough male chromosome to make them look like a man, but not think like a man.
Guys, I did forget to say it, but it works vice versa, also
Yeah,
on
it is.
females.
It is. It is. It is because you don't have just trans women; you have trans men, and a trans man. To really get into explanation of the difference, a trans man is F to M, female to male, and most of the ones that are going female to male are the ones that were diagnosed by a clinician or a special doctor that has determined that they have gender dysphoria. And gender dysphoria is not a something that people just created just to start a rift in society. That's a lie that is just passed around and everything. And I had a semi friend tell me and stuff to try and convince me that there's things I path for me for this because of those lies that he was told. Like gender dysphoria was just created as a way to just mask people that weren't really transgender.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's better just um when it comes to friends, you gotta be very careful who you're opening to,
Yeah, I've learned that
uh,
the hard
because
way.
of you might tell them something, and this so-called friend of yours will tell another person, "Hey, he just told me he's that. He's going through a transition."
Yeah,
So then, and a lot of people start that the whole thing starts spreading out. It's just like I'm sorry here, but like women, they like to gossip,
yeah,
and the more it builds up, the more that gossip builds up,
yeah,
it creates a big problem.
yeah. Here's a good example. I didn't really fully open up to my friend Spirit. She started noticing that I was going that direction, and then we just sat down and talked, and she gave me on stuff and that because of her medical knowledge and everything and stuff about what would happen, so what my body would go through, how long it will probably take for this to happen, this to happen when I started the hormone stuff. But she just figured and then brought it to my attention, and we just discussed on the medical end.
Mhm.
I didn't really open it to her. She noticed and came to me.
Well, like you said, there's people who's able to tell just by looking at that person or the way he acts. So I
Yeah.
mean,
To me, the ones that I'm fully opened up to was my friends in within the LGBT community, because I know that I would not have that gossip issue, because it's stuff they'll be going like, hey, okay, keep me posted on your transitioning. I'm proud of you. Let's uh what direction you want to go, all this other stuff. They're like throwing me advice instead of trying to discourage me or throw drama out in the world about it.
I'm gonna throw this example from college, and you already know
Yeah.
this, but to you guys, okay, so during college I used to join different clubs. So there was one time that I stepped into the LGBT club, and it was because I was um, uh, I was just tagging along, with other friends of mine, and I wound up taking position of president at one time. So it's kind of weird because I first I took the position of vice president of the club, but then because of something that happened with the president, I had to move up as president. Right now, I was supposed to be active, and I missed one of their special events, and it's a main event. I was going to be active, but it got to that point where I couldn't show up, and I kind of do feel guilty about it because I uh, I did I did said I was back acting back on duty again, and I guess I went against my word, but it wasn't because I wanted to. It's just I missed that date, and I couldn't get all the information.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: what would come into your mind or picture a guy who is straight within the LGBT?
Okay. In my opinion, about a straight male or a straight woman, you say stepping into the LGBT community and like supporting and helping out with it. Us in the LGBT would refer to you and others as allies, as a straight ally to the LGBT.
Believe me, I do support them.
Yeah. So that's why we would refer to you as an ally. There's not that many, but there are a good percentage of straight ally to the LGBT community across the U.S. So, but yeah, there's been, I mean, like after like Chucky and Power Rangers, all that, it's eventually more and more you say either cartoon characters or you say live action characters started being developed to honor and show respect to the LGBT. And majority of those were under the brand Disney. There were a few in other studios that created, but big majority of the Pride related shows or cartoons or movie animated movies are more connected to the Disney brand.
Oh, most of them. Um, I know. I know most of them are definitely connected to Disney, but I mean, and that was I think that was the problem with Saban. He just didn't wanna ever since we have our ever since we have just getting into that. I think it kind of looked bad on Saban in a sense
Yeah,
because
I did. That was why he never put in any LGBT actual characters in the whole Power Ranger line until Disney had the rights. And it didn't really appear under the Disney Power Rangers until Dino Thunder. No, Dino Fury. Yeah, actually, Fury. The Green Dino Fury Ranger. And then, but there was more of them. If you go back to the Sentai,
oh yeah,
there was a lot of either gay or lesbian
yeah,
Power Rangers in the Sentai.
oh yeah, yeah. Uh, Here's where it would become a big dispute amongst people because all if you go back to the original power Sentais, most of the female characters, like the Yellow Ranger, the American version, which was a female, if you go back in the Sentai division, the Yellow Ranger was a male ranger. So there would be a little controversy per se. And that's why if you guys take a look at the suits carefully, especially on the original Power Rangers, what's the difference between the the Yellow Ranger suit and the Pink Ranger suit? The Pink Ranger suit has like a skirt,
Yeah,
and the Yellow Ranger doesn't.
yeah,
And it's because of that thing. If you go back, most of the Yellow Rangers were always male
yeah,
actors.
yeah. Even the that 2017 Power Ranger movie, the remake, even in there, the Yellow Ranger was lesbian.
You know, here's also another thing. If you go back into the history of Japan, they're they're a society that they have interesting things, and some of the things go back to drama. And if you notice, most of the female characters on their dramas were portrayed by
Yeah.
male actors. So I mean,
If you look back at Japanese culture, they were more accepting to the LGBT than the U.S. during that time frame. A lot of it depends on the culture of there's certain countries that still are accepting because of their culture, like Japan, India. There's a few others that are very accepting. to the whole LGBT and trans, especially in India. You could you could get away with being transgender in India a lot better than you could here in the U.S. Minus the state of California.
Well, yeah, and it's sad because I remember hearing a church I attended. It was they were bashing the subject like, man, I'm like, if I don't get out of here and hear the sermon thing on it, I know I'm gonna say something I'll probably regret.
Yeah,
But I had to stay because I have no way to live sadly enough. I can drive, so I had to stay through the sermon, hear the negatives, hear this, hear that, and it's just ridiculous.
yeah. I've been to a few churches here in the valley, especially one style of church that's very open and supportive, and that's the Methodist Church. Because there are some Christian denominational churches that have accepted one, female pastors, two, lesbian or gay pastors.
And right now, the military had to by forces
Yeah,
that. And back in the days, even the military were strict about having gay officers.
yeah. But under law, there's certain laws that were passed. It goes it goes with this whole saying, don't tell, that whole don't tell thing.
Or like my mom used to tell us this all the time, and it's gonna be on Spanish, folks. But for those of you who are or will be able to comprehend what she meant, what she said is calladito te ves más bonito, which means just stay quiet. It'll be better. You won't really,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I know.
just stay quiet and don't bother.
Yeah, but yeah,
There's also other shows. I mean, we could mention a bunch of shows
yeah,
that come into the topic,
yeah,
and I have my preferences. One of them is an old cartoon that I used to see back in the days. I was like, well, most of us grew up on when we grew up on the 80s. We had different things. There were stuff for girls and stuff for guys. Usually, the guys wouldn't see stuff for girls. But me, on the other hand, I just wanted to see anything.
yeah,
So I had quite a few. I had quite a few favorites, and one of them was Shira, Princess of Power. And it didn't dawn on me one thing until now that I was talking with you earlier about it. How do we identify Poe? And we did, and
yeah,
you can tell uh, you can tell what kind of gender Poe is by the look of his outfit, plus the the heart uh, the heart shape on his chest plate.
yeah,
So I mean,
But yeah, and stuff. There's even some other cartoons that I started watching in high school that really screamed it.
Which one?
SpongeBob.
Oh yeah. Oh god, one of the most annoying in aspect, but yes, SpongeBob does. I'm ready. I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm
Okay, okay.
ready.
Let's just enough of SpongeBob because I'm gonna just run away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does. Especially there's an episode where Patrick and SpongeBob end up wearing each other's pants for some reason, and they live holding hands.
Holding hands. Yeah. But
Uh,
you really saw it between the friendship between Patrick and SpongeBob. Really screamed that there was some kind of more. It was like more than a friendship.
yeah, there was more to it.
Yeah. That one, you even saw a little bit in
I
Powerpuff
think.
Girls.
Oh yeah. You know what? I didn't thought about that. I was thinking more Rainbow Bright.
Yeah.
That was I used to do that show. Rainbow Bright, Powerpuff Girls, Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
Um, you name it.
Um, there was a bunch of others. Especially there was a bunch on Nickelodeon that really screamed it. We named one. Another one from Nickelodeon, cartoon wise, that also screamed it.
After the version, it's called the cool place. So yeah, I mean, there was one on Nickelodeon that screamed it.
Yeah,
There were several of them.
yeah, yeah, it was. But then with Cartoon Network, there was a lot more.
Oh yeah, Cartoon Network was the one that really screamed that was. uh, I mean, forgive me to say that, but Pee Wee
Yeah,
Herman.
yeah,
And there was a big controversy. If you remember, he was thrown to jail because of what happened at a theater. They also made a joke about it,
yeah.
but
And stuff. But yeah, one of the things, especially Rocco's Modern Life, if you look at
oh,
Heifer, a male, a cow, a male cow that looks like a female cow.
yeah.
Heifer was male, but had udders.
uh, the bulls do have
Yeah, but
real bulls do have
yeah,
like
but the way the udders were shaped, the way the sack was shaped, was more representative to the female cow, to the
I
cows of
see.
the bulls, because the males did have, but they weren't in that one spot
Oh yeah, that's true.
But heifer, being a male, should have been more designed like an actual bull, not a cow. So that really showed little that was off. But if you look back, you can tell that there was a little um gender identity issue with that character.
Well, you can also see that on anime. I mean, I'm an anime freak. You can ask me about anime all you want. I did my studies, and there are. If you wanna talk about anime, has the most complex thing you could ever think. Because you have humor, you have romance, you have. Then if you go on through, because there's also that enters the topic of the LGBT. You have like your
Yeah,
gender benders, uh, uh, I can think right now. There are your gender benders. There's different other um
yeah.
subjects within that topic.
Here's a good anime, but it's more Americanized or something like that. But Airbender.
Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Airbender. If you look at Korra, lesbian.
Oh, that's what made us surprised.
Yeah,
Never I
except
went to it.
if you watch carefully, it does scream it, but not as intense. Not as intense as a few others and stuff. That there was a lot of it screamed in Dragon Ball Z, but more in the American.
Yeah, on Dragon Ball, you see that mostly, not as much because they do work with it. So,
Yeah,
hey, Cobra Cake, welcome to the Geek Show. How are you doing today, the Geek Brothers? The Geek Show. Uh, yeah, it's just we're like,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, you can even see it in your normal cartoons,
yeah,
and some of them are like there's a lot of them that kids don't they see the character and they think it's cool, but uh, there was one video I saw where they showed that 10 things kids bypassed on that only adults were able to tell in cartoons.
yeah.
So I mean,
Another one, another adult cartoon, and this one's coming from Nickelodeon. That even screamed a little bit, but you only saw it here and there in a few episodes. Invader Zim, when it came to Dib's sister.
hmm. And you know what? Talking about that, hey, Ren and Stimpy
Ren and
was another
Stimpy
one there.
was another one uh, that really screamed it a little bit too, but not as much.
And there was a reason why that one got banned.
Yeah. Another another show from Nickelodeon, from our generation, Nickelodeon. Real Monsters, especially it, that one monster. So that one female monster look like this shape with the big lips.
Oh, you're talking about Oblina, right?
Yeah,
Well, I would say you could also see it. It screams if you see
yeah,
the professor wearing the women's shoes.
yeah. Uh, trans scream transgender, but that term wasn't brought out
until later
until
on.
later on. But I mean, in society, it wasn't that term didn't exist when that show was created. But you just saw that, and so when you go back and watching those episodes, you would see that now. But a lot of us didn't really catch on it.
No, like I said, there's a lot of things that kids couldn't tell that
Yeah.
adults were able to.
Uh, I'm gonna be right back, and then
Um,
slowly we're gonna switch over to my channel to continue the topic. So we're
so
gonna take a little intermission for a few minutes,
taking a break and
break, and we'll be back to send it over my way, and we'll continue there.
so for now, guys, just stay relaxed and talk to each other until we come back.
George, no, George. He will follow. It took him a while before he followed me. Yes, on kids. So give him time. He will.
All right, so did we end it up already or what? All right, all right. So that's all I had to do. Did the two.
All right, we're back, and we're getting ready to continue it from my end. So let's get ready to start passing it to me. All righty, everyone. We're getting ready to pass it. Alrighty.